What's up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Awesemo channel, talking preseason DFS, giving you a position-by-position look at each player you need to be targeting tonight at the top of these groups. Before we get started, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. Strategy shows, live before lock, everything you need for preseason DFS. And we are here talking about our final slate of the year before the regular season. So this is exciting. Let's dive right into it. We are going to start with the quarterback position, where we have a couple narrow battles, but one in particular stands out. And this is with the Las Vegas Raiders, where we have Nathan Peterman projected to play the entire game by himself. We will not see Derek Carr. We are not expected to see Marcus Mariota, who will suit up, but he will only play in case of emergency. We've seen Nathan Peterman in this role already this preseason. If we look back to week 2 and week 1, Nathan Peterman played 80 and 50 snaps, respectively. That is immense production for Nathan Peterman. He projects for nearly 200 passing yards, right over 190, almost a full touchdown, and he paces our quarterback projection pretty easily. Now, there are a couple other quarterbacks worth mentioning in GPPs to target. Mac Jones is somebody that should get an extended look. Trey Lance is somebody that we've seen in the past, hasn't used his rushing upside yet, but it is still there. Peterman, I expect to be the favorite for cash games, but you have other options available on this slate. So Peterman paces the way at QB. Heading to running back, we are going to look at the New England Patriots backfield. We did see Sony Michel traded this week. We haven't seen a long look at Damian Harris and James White so far this preseason. That makes sense. They're locked into their roster spots. You've basically been seeing Ramondre Stevenson and J.J. Taylor. Now, J.J. Taylor makes a lot of sense today with Ramondre Stevenson projected to climb the depth chart here, entering the Sony Michel role. Perhaps they decide to take a longer look at Taylor, who we've already seen as a rusher, and he's pretty solid as a pass catcher as well, a smaller back, and he's played that role so far this preseason. Looking at what Taylor's done to date, he's a guy that has played a pretty decent amount, 16 and 26 snaps, so we see that rising. He's played more snaps than Ramondre Stevenson both weeks of the preseason so far, and we're projecting for extended run today just due to the thinning of the depth chart. Projects for nearly 73 rushing yards, and again, a lot of upside as a pass catcher for J.J. Taylor, making him one of the top plays today. Heading to the wide receiver position, we are going to stick with the Las Vegas Raiders, and this is a position that's very thin for this team. We haven't seen them play their starters at all this year. That means no Ruggs, no Renfro, no Bryan Edwards, and even John Brown sat last week. Now, taking this a step further, Willie Snead and Zay Jones have played in both games, but 2 and 3 snaps each. So these are not players we're expecting to see much. And then Marcel Aitman was waived. That leaves just 3 healthy receivers to play most of the game for Las Vegas, creating natural stacking opportunities. But those 3 are Dylan Stoner, DJ Turner, and Keelan Doss. Dylan Stoner played the most out of these receivers with 40 snaps. And if he plays the whole game, which we're projecting, we get him at just over 3 receptions, nearly 40 yards receiving, which is immense production for a preseason wide receiver. Again, those 3 are going to be Keelan Doss, Dylan Stoner, and DJ Turner, who we're projecting to play most of the game here. So taking at least 1, if not 2 of them, does make a lot of sense. Tournaments, cash games, across the board for preseason DFS. And to close this out with a tight end position, we are again going back to New England, where we have Devin Asiasi projected to play most of the game here. So Devin Asiasi, we could see him play upwards of the entire game, depending on who is healthy. We haven't seen Hunter Henry. We haven't seen Jonnu Smith. Both have been banged up in camp. Matt Lacoste missed the last game, and he was injured as of the 26th of August. We will see if he can suit up today. Right now, Devin Asiasi projects for about half the game, 1.5 receptions. And last week, when he was the only healthy body in town, he played 52 snaps. Again, you'll have to watch Devin Asiasi in pregame and see if he's warming up alongside any other tight ends. If not, these stats could look even better by the time the game ends. That'll do it for us today. Make sure to stick around. Check out all of the offerings we have at Awesemo. Strategy shows, live before locks, everything preseason DFS, depth charts, projections, you name it, we have it. I'm Matt Gajewski on Twitter at Matt_Gajewski. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you again next time.